And we are live. So it says. Look at it. And there it goes. Hello to a wonderful edition of Toke Talk. This is our second episode. Thank you for joining us at Smoky Bear. Who we got behind me? That's Lance Turner.
What's up?
We're going to be talking about music, life, and all things 420. Let's get it started. Look, I thought I had a theme song going. Jeff had some music playing in the background for me. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Howdy, in the words of the infamous Minnie Pearl. Howdy. Now, welcome to Toke Talk. We are here again at the beautiful Smoky Bear Cannabis and Music Holler. That's my favorite word of the whole thing is music holler. And our whole thing with getting all the musicians and all different kind of artists from all aspects of life, we are going to submit a challenge to anybody. You don't have to be a musician per se. If you think you can come up with a jingle or a theme song for Toke Talk, we'd like to have it judged. Of course, not by us. We'll pull a different panel of judges in and pick a winner so that this here thing can have a theme song. I think it needs a theme song. What do you think, Jeff?
I think you're exactly right.
I think it needs a theme song. I do. Also, we posted today, send your birthdays in to toketalklive@gmail.com. And that is on our Facebook page as well. And each week, Ingalls is going to be donating a birthday cookie cake.
That's cool.
So if you like to smoke, you always get the munchies. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I think these two things go hand in hand. What do you think?
I think it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. So we have the pothead of the week. I didn't know if we could top last week's or not, but I think we have. And the funny thing about it is I have put my 11-year-old daughter in charge of finding the pH of the week. She just doesn't really know what pH stands for yet. But she found me a good one. In Dearborn, Michigan, this was last year, a police officer was fired for stealing evidence. But not only did he steal evidence, what he was stealing was only marijuana evidence. And went home and made him and his wife some brownies. Then proceeded to call 911 because he thought that they were overdosing. And he, quote, said, "I think we're dead because time is going by really, 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 really slow." No charges were brought on him or his wife. I think they learned their lesson. You have to microdose sometimes, people. You can't just throw the whole thing in the chocolate mix. You have to microdose. So, Mr. used to be officer in Dearborn, Michigan, you are our Toke Talk pothead of the week.
Bless his heart.
You come on down. We got your crown waiting.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to read you your rights before you get here.
Me and you know them rights by heart, don't we?
Unfortunately. Yes, we do.
The hard way. Life of musicians. So we have the strand of the week. This is my favorite part. And I think this week has to be even more so my favorite because you don't partake.
Nope.
So therefore, it's all mine. Woo! It's all mine. So this week,
I'll live vicariously.
Yes, I'll let you know when I fall out of the chair. Look, here comes Jeff. He might be coming to steal it from me. He'd come around the corner like, I don't think so, Linda.
I will smoke a cigarette while you smoke yours, though. Just because.
We do not promote that.
Well, I'm not promoting it either. It's bad for you.
The strand of the week is Purple Passion. I like it just because it says the word passion in it.
It smells lovely.
And when you get in your 30s, you'll take what you can get. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. She's looking at you. You know that. This is a 29% THCA. it is wonderful for people with autoimmune problems such as arthritis, neuropathy, any kind of, even it's great for ADHD and stuff like that. I am not a medical doctor, but I'm telling you, I tried to one time. They kept throwing me out because I kept playing peekaboo. You know, you can't play peekaboo playing doctor.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear your gown the other way.
Yeah, the other way, exactly. But it is turned my life around, the THCA. I know 6 years ago when Brandon and I got together, I was on 18 different medications from having the stroke, and three times a day, and now I'm down to 2 medications a day. Woo! And this has supplemented, and I have a whole lot more better days with my kids. So
that's awesome.
And I'm alert. I am alert.
Well, that's one thing about it. It's definitely medication.
So come down and try you some Purple Passion. It is amazing. And if I get stuck here in a minute, you'll know that I had Jeff's portion of this too this week. So if I get stuck, you have to just clap your hands, you know, get me back on track. Oh, also on the way here, scrolling on Facebook, seen some bad news. I don't know if any of y'all have seen as well, but keep Tony Slaughter in your prayers. He was involved in I believe he got sandwiched. Actually, it was 4 cars that was involved. He says he's okay, but he is a little sore from what I see on Facebook. So thank God we still got our Tony with us. Yeah. But y'all keep him in your prayers because he is definitely going to be sore. And he's going to need a ride soon, y'all. So we may have to pull together and do a little something because that's his means of transportation. That's his means of telling his stories, singing his songs, sharing. So y'all remember that with Tony. Get his Cash App username, get his PayPal, whatever you can do, and send him a little something. You know, we're all in that same boat every now and then. Yeah, I think somebody should start. I know Miss Shelley and them are all great friends of Jenny, or great friends with him, and I know they wouldn't mind at all. But he's gonna need a little support here. Yes. And that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. They're trying to get the stuff together back there. It's so cute. Just see men scatter behind the scenes is the cutest little thing.
Yeah, it's
kind of cute. It is kind of cute. So don't forget, come down and get you some Purple Passion. Hey, Jeff, what's the pricing on that? This one's 25 a gram. Very nice, very smooth. You don't hear me dying over here either.
It smells
nice.
delicious.
Oh, it smells divine. Divine. I'd bake with that. I would. I'd bake with that.
I'd probably eat it straight out of the bag.
What you talking about? You were in the Bible. I think, wasn't you the one that ate that apple or something?
Yeah.
I thought so too.
I didn't know that they recorded it.
Oh, yeah. Chiseled in stone. Yeah. So, new segment this week, High History. High history. So this week in high history, last year on today, exactly 1 year ago today, Missouri legalized recreational use and sale. And I went the week they did. And this week, the city of Chicago hosted a cannabis resource fair and provided info to the public, even told them how to expunge their records.
Right on.
And this week in 2014, a new federal guideline allowed banks to provide financial aid to legal marijuana sellers. So finally, if it was a legal corporation, you could go to the bank instead of your drug dealer to borrow money.
You don't want to have to go ask your drug dealer for money. So
basically, you're still going to your drug dealer. It's just legal. It's great.
It's not the middleman. How
Yes.
about that?
Let's see. We have.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no.
keep.
Thank
I'm gonna smoke it with my ghost friend over here. I'm just gonna turn this way so I'll smoke it with her. It's a her, by the way.
you. Hey, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it's a her. We have a big. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna get Brandon to come up here. Okay, he's so
The
cute.
Vanna White talk.
My Vanna White arm. Watch it. Wave to him, Brandon. That's Brandon. Okay. That's Brandon. We have these beautiful spread. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Of a barbecue. This is from the Village Food Truck, and it's out of Fletcher, North Carolina. Mr. Sonny Carter. Did I get that right, y'all? Mr. Sonny Carter is this is a beautician. If he was a hairdresser, he'd be the best one.
That looks scrumptious.
And if they ain't got food in heaven any better than this, I ain't going, Sonny, until you go. When you go, I'm gonna go, because then I know I can eat. Sonny saved my life one night. I mean, Slam, you want one?
I'm gonna have to.
Look, you eat one. Sonny saved my life one night. We did a cancer benefit at Green River. And here, you want to take it around and pass it to everybody? And then you can give me a plate. You're so cute. And we were cleaning up, and it's after midnight, and I hadn't eaten all day and ran. And he hands me a little to-go box of alligator sausage. And I was so tired, all I did was put my mouth to the end of that to-go box while I was laying in bed, and I shoveled the food into my mouth.
Oh, I can shovel your all day long.
Oh, Sonny is an amazing craftsman when it is in that kitchen.
What kind of sauce is this? It's
Alabama White.
Alabama White, yes.
It is so good.
It is delicious.
Yes, it is.
So y'all have to go check Mr. Sonny out. Where are y'all all located? Do you have a website?
We do. It's the Village Food Truck Park, and we have 7 other trucks up there right now.
7 other trucks. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
but Shirley and I are running it now. We just signed a 5-year lease, and we're excited. We're getting ready to have a coffee truck. We're
That's
gonna have
awesome.
a burger guy.
That is awesome, y'all. Y'all have to go spend the weekend, go up and spend the day, see Sonny, see Shirley. That I know it's banging. I'm just waiting until I finish this because I know I'm gonna have to munch it.
Banging, I think, might be an understatement right here. I think that's
Sonny
No,
never
it's
ceases to amaze me.
that sauce really just
It sets it off. Sets
Yes,
the bar
it does.
It's really good.
it's freaking good. So yeah, y'all check it. You need to check it.
It is Lance Turner certified. It is Lance Turner certified.
And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but it's kind of a big deal when it comes to food. I devoured that thing. I don't even know if I really chewed it. I think I just inhaled it.
You know you did. Well, that's most men. That's most men. I watch y'all eat. I think all y'all were in the Navy at some point. Like you sat down, you had 3.5 minutes to eat, and you just threw your face in the plate, and you ate it, and you went. Now, that's okay. I'm used to that, ain't I?
They'll do that to you too.
Oh gosh, get your baloney and go. So to this week we have Mr. Lance Turner of KegTown. Y'all, you quiet? I'm trying to be quiet, y'all. While this is live. Hooping and hollering. All right, tell me a little bit about KegTown. Now, 1987. How old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
So that means you were born in 1987. You want to explain that?
Yeah. Well, KegTown started with my dad, who was, I guess, the proprietor of KegTown. When I was born, we lived over outside of Chesney on KegTown Mill Road, and we stayed in this house right there on the end of it, and they called it the KegTown house. And my dad's band at the time would come out there, and they would jam in the studio and stuff, and so all his band practices and stuff was my bedtime stories and my lullabies going to bed at night. Like that's all I can remember is listening to him play. And that's what got me into playing pretty much, was just getting to be around it all the time. And I guess it would kind of beat into my blood, because I cut my teeth on a guitar strap as a baby. And I took my naps inside of the bass drum of the drummer's drum while they'd be practicing, because he'd take the front drum head off of the bass drum, and they put a pillow in there. I'd crawl up in there and lay down, they'd be just pounding away at it.
We've done that with our youngin before. She's fell asleep on the stage.
Yeah.
I'm still to this day don't know how she done it. You know, between me and Brandon stomping around, plus you know the bass drum, and we turned around and there she was, sprawled out on the back of the stage, sound asleep. But I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I think I've probably slept on stage a few times myself.
We ain't talking about recently.
Well, those wasn't really sleeping. That was more passing out drunk. But that's for a different podcast.
Tell us about KegTown Jam.
Oh, the KegTown Jams, like those were like back whenever I was a little kid, like still running around in diapers and stuff like that. My dad and my uncle they came up with this idea for all the college students around Spartanburg and that vicinity, with the ones that were from different states and stuff. Like if they couldn't go home for the holidays and they were just stuck around Spartanburg with nothing to do, my dad and my uncle and them put on a weekend long event where they'd have a pig picking or fish fries and stuff like that, and they get all the local musicians and local bands out there to come out, and they play for the whole weekend. Like they get a flatbed trailer and pull it out there behind the house, and people they charge admission where you could come in and bring your tent and just camp out right there in the yard all weekend. And they had what they would call a musical co-op, where all these local bands and other like just musicians around there they could swap out musicians if like their drummer or the bass player or something like that couldn't make it to a show. They'd call up another band like, "Hey, can I borrow your drummer or your bass player?" And they
we semi do that now, don't we? Yeah. And it's funny, like and you see the different groups, and it's not to say that it's even different genres. It's kind of like different areas where everybody kind of groups up and hangs out. That's their local hangout. All those musicians kind of network together around those small areas, and it's kind of cool to see. And Leanne and I, we laugh at each other, but this is our thing to do. I barred Clay Williamson several times.
Oh, I do too.
And bless him, poor Clay's been swapped around more than, well, never mind.
I think he likes it.
We ain't gonna go on that one. I stopped myself. I'm pretty good today. No. But her and I will either text or call each other first. It's a respect thing. Not that we both know neither one of us is gonna care, but I always call her and be like, "Hey, are y'all playing?" And I always find out first. And we all kind of do that from here. But it's cool to watch that.
Yeah.
It's cool to have.
Yes,
You know, that's a cool backup.
It's a godsend to have, because I can tell you, there's been 100 times. If there's been one time
I won't talk about it.
where somebody can't show up for a show, or somebody gets sick or something like that, and we need somebody to fill in real quick, and just like that. And Clay is probably he is Mr. Dependable when it comes to.
I don't see. I mean, he pops up out of nowhere.
Out of anywhere, and he can play anything. Like, it don't matter what song it is. Hell, you can make the song up right then, and he knows it better than you do.
Probably. I remember he looked over at me one night and he goes, "That song," and it was a song I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Doesn't the chorus go?" And he started calling the numbers out to me, and I was just like, "Didn't I write it?" I was like, "Dang, did I screw it up?" And then I looked over at Brandon, I was like, "Clay was right." Clay was right.
Clay was right. Very good.
So it transitioned from your dad kind of being the lead to when you took over in the lead.
Well, I guess the KegTown, like I took over the KegTown thing in 2008, I believe, but like whenever I got where I was old enough to go out to these bars and stuff and play with them, like I guess that's probably when it really became mine because like my dad, he was showcasing me is what it was. Like he was the best manager a band could ever have. Because I mean,
Oh, well, daddy is.
yeah, he'll get you a show and he'll make sure you're getting what you need. He'll make sure that you're getting paid good for it because he damn sure didn't want to have to provide me with all the funds. He's gonna make sure I can get it. I can get my own damn money and not have to spend all his.
Yeah.
And
I
because I know I've spent enough of it over the years. But he was I guess the way it became my band like that in 2008, we were going by a different name and we had a show down in Greenwood or something, and me and Daddy was arguing about some stupid stuff, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to nip this argument in the bud. I got a show to play. He's like, yeah, you do, but you're not using that equipment. I was like, I got to use that equipment. We're playing shows. Like, you can go play that show, but that's my equipment. I bought it. It's staying right here. So I was like, well, you can keep your equipment, but I'm taking KegTown with me. And it went on my old drummer. He had like an epiphany. He was like, that's it. KegTown Legacy. That's the name of the band. And as soon as he said it, I was like, yep, you got it. And that's what we used to go by for years and years was KegTown Legacy. And then after we took a little hiatus and come back, we just we dropped the legacy part and we're KegTown. So it's always gonna be that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just probably you and your dad were a little bit too much alike.
Yeah, right. So, and that's a good thing in a lot of ways, but there's also that little bit that can be a little overwhelming sometimes.
Oh, I completely get that from a growing up in a musical family. And I think my whole band thought I was joking. Like, I'd tell them, like, you hit a wrong note. Daddy just slapped the pee out of you, right? We'd be in a church.
That's right.
We didn't go to bars and honky tonks. We were in churches and tents and old folks' homes and people's trying to like pull us in rooms. Now that was scary. Being a kid and somebody in a wheelchair that can't speak is dragging you into their bedroom. That's a little scary. And Daddy just kept taking us back. Like I was like, okay, we're just supposed to get kidnapped here.
Yeah, see, my dad, we played every bar, every little honky tonk dive bar you could think about. We played in churches, we played revivals. We've played in just about any, because like I said, he would get us shows in some of the craziest places and just he'd have it on lock, man. It was impressive to say the least.
Yeah.
But the one thing about my dad though, he would, if you messed up during the song or something like that, you better not stop. You just go ahead and play that song through. Because if you stop, he would, it's like you said, he'd smack you right in the mouth. I can't tell you how many times he sent my teeth through my bottom lip.
Yeah. So we started renting a place to rehearse at in Campobello. And the guy that would come and lock the door, I really didn't recognize him or anything. And we rehearsed one or two times, and finally he goes, "You don't remember me, do you?" And that right there makes my heart flutter a little bit because I have a past, and I'm not sure, did I meet you in a good part or a bad part? So I don't want to answer, but finally he told me who he was. And he looked at my whole band and he goes, y'all, if she used to mess up, her daddy just slapped her. And I was like, oh my God. Like, finally, I got a witness. It didn't make me feel no better. But that is one gift. Well, Daddy, he was the best teacher, but not that he had no patience. But he knew what he was doing. You know, like he knew what he was teaching. And that's why everybody's like, why are you confident when you get the note? Well, I'm still afraid Daddy's going to come out of a corner somewhere if I screw up. I'm looking for him every time. I'm like, oh God, did I? Nope, we're good. We're good.
I am too.
36 years old.
My daddy, I'm sure he's probably sitting around here somewhere anyway. He's been haunting me since 2009.
Bless. But it was good before he passed. He was still proud that you were living on and doing what he taught you to do, basically.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
he sure did. And
it instilled into you.
Yeah, after I learned everything that he could show me, he would turn me loose on his guitar players. Then he'd turn me loose on the bass player, and I learned how to play just about every instrument I've ever learned how to play, except for maybe the trumpet or something like that. My dad and them showed me how to play.
My dad couldn't read a lick of music, and it was so funny. Like, he played everything, and it was my adult life when I finally figured out he only played in G on every instrument. And then he taught us.
Yeah.
I remember the first band I put together couldn't find a bass player. Well, I told him I could play bass. Well, I could in G. In G.
Yeah.
But then I figured out it's just a big block, and I figured it out. So for 2 years, I was the bass player. But it's because Dad taught us, enough about everything that figure the rest out yourself. It's not hard.
Nope.
But when he paid for us to take piano lessons at Converse College, and then we all did band. I did saxophone. So and then I was in orchestra and did violin and cello. And I'll never forget it. Every day coming home after I got done with my homework, it was almost like he was excited, because then he and I would sit down and he made me teach him what I learned that day in class on how to read music, so he could learn to read music. He was in his 50s.
Hey, never stop learning.
And that's it's just kind of weird how it's like, wait a minute, you don't even know how to read music. You taught me like 5 instruments. That was the thing back then. Everybody, it was a feeling more than anything.
Yep.
So with the transition, what would you say your dad's style and your style, and is it different? Is it comparable? I'm starting to feel the need to eat.
I've got the monkeys.
Yes.
I like my style, and my dad's style was rocking, like old rock and roll, like Southern rock, outlaw country type stuff. But my dad could play any song you've ever heard of, any song you've never heard of, and it's like he could play a song from the day he was born to the day he died. Never played the same song twice. It was impressive. Millions and millions of songs in his repertoire, and I've been blessed to kind of be like that. I don't know. I couldn't play near as many as he does. I could play them. I just don't know them. So I'd have to follow him. But my style is a lot like his. Of course, I've played just about. I've been in bands that's played just about any genre of music you can think of, except for maybe like I haven't never played like polka music or nothing like that.
Hold on, man. We'll get polka gigs.
We can do it. I bet I can do it for sure.
I don't know if I can
Start playing
sing
the
fast
accordion.
enough. Oh, wow. If you learn how to play the accordion, I'll sing.
I bet I know I could.
Oh, gosh.
'Cause
I should have never told him that.
Well, I mean, I'm up for a challenge, man.
Nobody's still hemming an accordion. Nobody.
But yeah, my songwriting is a lot like his. In a way, like, of course, I've got a lot of my songs are more leaning towards the outlaw type of lifestyle, and his was more about well, it depends on what era of songwriting you be looking at with him, because when I was younger, he was writing about, like, he wrote, one of my favorite songs he ever played or ever wrote was, it was called Can't Go On This Way. It was actually, he wrote the song, about whenever my mom and him had split up, and he hated the song. He hated to play it and everything like that because it brought back all these bad memories. But I always asked him to play it because I loved the song, and you could just see he wanted to strangle me every time I asked him to play it. But but most of the songs was written about like his time out on the road, like going to Nashville, going and trying to like become something bigger than what this area could provide. And but as he got older, he got more into writing about like almost like political standpoints and stuff, and he got more into a religious standpoint of it all too. Like he was writing more about America and our troops and stuff. He was real big on supporting the troops. He never supported the cause, but he supported the troops.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And I'm the same way. I don't support the cause by no means, but the troops, they're out there doing what we're not. So that's admirable as hell. But a lot of my songs all my songs are real life events that I've survived and been through, from people I know, people I've met, things I've done, things that I allegedly have done, and a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to remember if I hadn't wrote the damn song. Because rock and roll is
It's funny. It's like it makes a core memory.
It does.
Every time.
It sure does.
But that's why your dad hated it so much, because when it brings, that's the best ones though.
Yeah.
When it brings out that emotion
Sure.
every single time, because it's great that you can sing it, but you got to make everybody else feel it.
Yeah. And that was probably Dad's forte for sure. He could read a room. He could tell you what song you wanted to hear before you even realized you wanted to listen to music.
Oh God, yeah.
It was insane how we could be in a crowd full of people, and he just felt the vibe off of everybody of what kind of mood they was in, what kind of, if they wanted to dance, if they wanted to slow dance, if they wanted to hit somebody over the head with a beer bottle or whatever. He could get you.
That's hard to do too.
Yeah.
It took a while. It did. It would take a while, but then it almost became second nature.
Oh yeah.
And it would be funny. We'd be out with the band, and I go, "Y'all watch out for such and such table or such and such person." And they're like, "How you know? Like, are you not paying attention? Like, are you not paying attention? See the signs." But unfortunately, that's just trauma from being time spent in barrooms. That's trauma right there.
It sure is.
Now, so it's easy to say it's family business, right?
Oh yeah. Sure.
What would you say your goal is for you personally?
For me personally, music.
Yes, as a musician, as an artist, songwriter.
I just want to share my stories with the world, because a lot of the life that I've lived, and all of the life I've lived has been a rock and roll lifestyle for sure. And I'm talking about the highs and the lows, the good times and bad times.
He is really not. He is really not lying. We're gonna write a book one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the names for to protect the guilty.
I'm just gonna wait till I die to have mine released. Because when I die, I ain't protecting nobody. When I die, everybody's name's coming out. So I'm gonna wait till it's released, and I'm gonna pay somebody to come to the funeral, tell them that she didn't like y'all no way.
They're gonna have to have a scavenger hunt when I die, because I'm going out with a bang. You're gonna have to find
He
my
does
body.
not mean, oh Lord, you know what some people thinking right now. I love you.
But my main goal for me personally, musically, is to really just I want to be able to live out the rest of my life doing what I love to do, doing what I feel like I've been destined to do, and really just, if I can, light a spark under somebody's ass to, get them, especially these up and coming musicians and people who are just sitting around noodling on guitar or something, or whatever, or just people who are writing songs. If I can intrigue them enough to want to get out there and do it too, then that's what I'm wanting to do. I want to pass the torch on to somebody who's not going to want to go out there and do karaoke all night, or have all these band killers like you got karaoke and all these DJs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not
knocking their profession, no.
Because I've been a DJ and I've done
I
karaoke.
understand. Completely. It's like when they start taking the arts out of the school system.
Which I think.
Yeah, I'll never forget going, and I don't know if they've changed this or not, but when I was in school, we went to Greenville High School, and they didn't even have a band.
That's crazy.
And they had a band the year before because we marched.
Yeah.
And seeing that, and then asking, why? Well, their funds were pulled. And then watching that just take place over and over and over. And the art departments are going, and the bands are going. Orchestra has completely gone. And it was so weird. In District 3, it was offered for 3 years in middle school.
Yeah.
The 3 years I was in middle school. So that was Jesus right there. That was perfect timing. Because the only 3 years that it was offered was those, and it was gone because of funding.
Yeah.
Because of funding, and that's sad.
It's sad because that's one thing that you're not. It don't matter if which they're changing all the curriculum up in schools now, where this like the way they teach is not the way we learned.
I can't help my kids anymore.
That Common Core stuff they're teaching now is not. I see where it makes sense, but it don't make sense to me at all, because that's not the way we learned it. You'll never be able to kill music completely, especially when it comes to like people who are wanting to play music and stuff like that. I mean,
and the classics. It's so funny how I know for a fact I have not showed my children some of the bands that they like. And we're going down the road, and here my kid is going, singing Journey and AC/DC, and then goes straight from that to, I think the other day she did George Strait into Def Leppard, and I was like, yes, like I did something right. It feels good, even though it's something so cheesy and so small. The classics find their way. I mean, I pull up at the high school, and I'm like, I think I went to school with some of these kids. Like, there's Metallica shirts still, Insane Clown Posse. You're still seeing all these. I'm like,
I was a juggler there for a little while.
I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we acted like this. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And that's another thing that I'm big on. Let my kids be kids.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because there's a lot of times you get told, be quiet. Don't you can't act. You got to act right here. I get told that a lot still to that. But there's times you have to act right. But kids have to grow up so fast nowadays. Why not give them an outlet like music?
Right, and that's the best outlet.
Yeah, and even take the medical side and the scientific side of students with ADHD. That my oldest being one of them, the poor baby. There was a lot of crying nights, and me trying to teach her how I got taught, and she's going, no, that's not right. They're going to tell me it's wrong, and I'm screaming at her, she's screaming at me, and we're both crying. We're both going to therapy now for it, but it's not working. But I think they just did a lot of homework, so that did us wonders. That did a lot of families wonders right there. Why you do that for me when I was in 6th grade? But anyway, my daughter, from the 3rd grade to the 7th grade, was almost failing. We were barely hanging on. She started marching band in the 8th grade. And this is now her 9th grade year. She is straight A student. She has a 4.9 GPA.
Damn.
We have colleges already looking at the child. She is beta club. She is perfect attendance. She is the epitome of everything that we worked so hard. And guess what? We didn't have to. 1 year of marching band. And it is scientifically proven. It is medically proven. Just playing music in the background while you're learning something new, you retain it more. Well, she didn't just play music in the background. She was marching. She has ADHD, and I'll share her story just briefly. She's adopted, and she was born with methamphetamine, crack, and marijuana in her system up till she was 3 years old. We've had a lot of battles, a lot of teeth surgeries, a lot of mouth surgeries. She wears trifocals. She is an amazing young lady. Y'all have met her. She is an amazing woman, a young lady. I'll beat somebody over that child. But the fact that all it took, and now she's doing, I used to say she couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. Now she's holding an instrument, reading music at the same time, marching.
On cadence.
Yeah, on cadence. Watching the drum majors conducting and watching out for everybody else so you don't collide in it, and learning a whole 15-minute marching show.
Now that's what you call multitasking.
Explain to me. Medicine couldn't fix it, but music did.
That's how it goes too. I mean, you hit the nail on the head right there, because if it wasn't for music, I'd probably be in prison, or I could be. And there's a
You visited.
I visited the Great Bar Hotel a few times, and
I used to say I lived in a gated community a couple of times.
yeah,
I visited.
vacated, I guess you could say. But if it was like, if it wasn't for music, like I would probably be. I wouldn't be.
How many
around
breakups has it gotten us over? How many,
every one of them.
deaths? Because all of a sudden, whatever belief you may have, mine's in the good Lord above. But the good Lord sometimes just sends that right song at the right time, you know?
And I always say this: music is also. I can't tell you how many funerals I've had to play as well, just because.
Yeah.
People,
Did I?
That's because even in death, people, they want to be sent away with a song.
My very first job was Floyd's Mortuary. I used to sing. Daddy'd come pick me up. It's sad to be signed out of school to go sing at a bunch of funerals.
Well, I'm telling you, that's a hell of a first job.
But music is everywhere. It's sadness. It's happiness.
It's any emotion that you can
Yeah.
fathom, man. And it's damn sure got me through any kind of hardships I've ever had. Like, I've wrote a song about it, I guarantee you. And if it wasn't for that, I could have been out there retaliating or doing things that I damn sure should have been doing. So instead of getting out there being stupid, I just sit there with my guitar.
They won't let you have a guitar in jail. That's the only thing that's been holding us back this whole time.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you can buy one of those on commissary day.
No, I'm thinking
Might have
they damn sure
a
can't
paper
smoke
one. They got a bunch of paper stuff.
I like,
Not that I.
if they could smuggle one in, you'd be all right. But
Listen, Linda.
I'd tear
We know
somebody up.
people. We know people. We know people. Well, you got us 2 songs picked out today, right?
Yeah, I think I can play 2 songs.
Oh, he thinks. We'll beat him up if he don't. You don't have to pay extra for that, though.
Yeah. We take tips on the backs of hundreds, 20s.
What's the first one you got for us? Give us a little backstory on it.
The first one I'm gonna play for you is called "Every Time I Hear a Love Song." It's I wrote it about a girl. I can't remember her name.
That's the best kind.
But I remember the song, at least, thank goodness.
We ain't sponsored by them. Turn that label around.
Yeah. But it's a good song. It was one of my good buddies who had passed. He passed away on fentanyl, which that is the devil, by the way.
Yeah.
But that was one song that he always wanted me to play, and he's been on my mind a lot here the past couple days, especially for some reason. And so that I decided I was going to play it last minute. Actually, like I decided like around lunchtime today, I was like, I guess I'll play that song. But
That's the best kind.
yeah,
The last minute ones.
yeah,
That means there was a reason why.
yep. That's how I feel about it too. So this is called Every Time I Hear a Love Song. Every time I hear a love song, I think of you, and I just want to know, do you think of me too? Does your name linger on my lips like yours does on mine? If I ain't worth a thing, could I be worth your time? 'Cause baby, it hurts. Can't make sense of this mouthful of words. And baby, it's true. Every time I hear a love song, I think of you. I think of you. I've made a mess of everything. I'm trying to make amends. It's hard enough without you. No, I don't want to be friends. 'Cause every time I hear a love song, I think of you. Should I turn off the radio? What should I do? 'Cause baby, it hurts, it hurts. Can't make sense of this mouthful of words. And baby, it's true, it's true. Every time I hear a love song, I think of you, I think of you. Every time I hear a love song, I think of you. Should I turn off the radio? What should I do? What should I do? And baby, it hurts, it hurts. Can't make sense of this mouthful of words, no. Baby, it's true, it's true. Every time I hear a love song, I think of you, I think of you.
Lance, you have a mesmerizing voice, no joke. When it gets to there's a certain point that you hit that it is raspy and velvet all at the same time.
Raspy and velvet.
I always said that's because of cigarettes, but
It's like cutting down a tree with a silk chainsaw.
look at it. Silk chainsaw. That's as useless as a bucket without a bottom, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's a band name.
Silk chainsaw. That is a big one.
That's a band name. We're going on tour right now.
Hell yeah.
Toke Talk tour band.
Yeah.
House band.
Yeah, we got an album. We're in the studio right now recording our next.
Tell us where we can find KegTown.
You can find us in the fourth corner of Hale
Bless it.
No, you can find us on just about every social media platform like Facebook.
So Facebook, KegTown,
Yeah.
Instagram, it's KegTown,
Yeah, you can check out Instagram. You can check
Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation. But if you go on Reverb Nation, that I think is still KegTown Legacy. So
Okay.
you have to find us on.
But Facebook is the most up to date all the time. It's got
All
your
the time.
events and it's got all that.
Yeah, and you can also look. You can look at my Facebook page,
Lance Turner.
Lance Turner, and it's always got my upcoming shows on there too. And
You said let's be friends.
Let's be friends.
Let's be friends.
you're not friends officially until you're officially Facebook friends. Is what I've
Until
always
you're
heard.
officially Facebook friends.
That's true.
Listen,
That's true.
listen, there have been relationships that have only lasted on Facebook. Secret relationships.
I've also had a bunch of relationships end because of Facebook, but that was I guess more my fault than it was Facebook.
That is your fault. I found mine in bars. That was my own drunk fault. See, I have that to blame. You
I have myself to blame for everything.
has himself to blame. Also, can I sneak a peek on?
Sure.
Lance and I and Donnie
Ratliff.
I can't ever say it right.
Mhm.
Have co-written a song that we're about to get recorded.
Mhm.
It's actually a really cool song.
It's really, really good.
What's the title of it?
New
Tell 'em.
Orleans.
It's gonna be titled New Orleans. It's a real bad song, y'all.
Yeah,
It is.
It's gonna be really good.
So I'd never written with anybody other than my child,
Mhm.
and I knew that sounds funny, but my children both now
Mhm.
have started writing.
Which is awesome.
And a few people have asked me, I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, I usually tell my husband and everybody that's in the car with me to shut up because I'm writing a song
Right.
in my head. I don't ever share it out loud. And then until it's done,
Mhm.
then I'm still scared to share it, you know?
Right.
So you made me.
I have her.
Thank you for that, by the way.
My pleasure.
But we sat down and we just throwed ideas around
Mhm.
back and forth right before I had to go pick my kids up from school. It was fun. We had like 2-hour window. We're like, okay, we're gonna do this.
Mhm.
And we sat down. We had the first verse and the idea
Mhm.
because somebody had Donnie
Donnie.
had it just came to him.
Yep.
And it's a really cool song. No joke.
Mhm.
It's a little out of my genre. I feel like it's a little bit.
But she sure as hell knows how to make her comfort zone stretch out beyond her comfort zone for sure.
I'm great at harmony. I don't know
Mhm.
about nothing else. I'm great at harmony.
I agree with that, but I think you probably better at a lot of things than you give yourself credit for. That's for sure.
Hey, I make a meatball sub, don't I?
Yes.
He had my
Yes,
meatball sub. I make a meatball
I
sub.
inhaled that thing too.
Yeah, and Brandy made some homemade taters, and
Yep.
it was good.
And pasta salad.
She won.
It was.
Keep talking.
It was good. I'm telling you, I'm
Keep
getting
talking.
hungry again.
Listen, you can't eat all the time. We got leftovers.
Yeah,
You
you can be expecting to get to hear that song pretty soon. I'd say as soon as we get everything.
I'd say within the next 3 months, no joke, we're gonna have it released.
Yeah.
We're working on a release date currently. there's a lot of things in play,
Oh yeah.
but it's a really cool
Mhm.
song, and it's our first experience. But before I let you play the last one, and you're gonna lead us out with this last one, and we want to thank you before he does for tuning in to Toke Talk.
Mhm.
We want to thank Lance Turner for coming and joining us. We want to thank Sonny's and the Village Food Truck and Park Out at
Yes.
Fletcher, North Carolina, for bringing us, and look like y'all assholes in Hampton too. My God. It's like the Oprah Winfrey show. They done took all my stuff. I didn't get a car. No, I'm kidding. But thank y'all again. We love you. Be nice. It takes a whole lot less effort. Also, remember, it takes less muscles to smile and frown.
Yep.
Lift somebody up. You don't know what kind of day they're having. This is what we're here for. Join us again next Tuesday, 6:30. But before you end it, I just want to thank you personally and in front of everybody. There were 3 or 4 friends real close when my kid got sick, that when I stopped playing music, that never gave up on me, and always did a buddy checkup. So I love you.
I love you too.
You end on this one and tell them what it is. Lance Turner, y'all.
This next song is one that me and my brother and a couple of my bandmates, we'd written this song, probably 15 years ago or so. It is still probably one of my favorite songs I ever wrote, and it's my I guess it's my theme song, my anthem, that because I mean it tells pretty much how it is, not just for me personally, but for anybody, and especially when it comes to relationships and just living life and stuff like that. But this is called Being Good at Being Bad. Well, hey there, girl, will you be mine for the day? What do you say? We go out on the town, we'll burn it to the ground, we make off on our merry way. I think it's kind of sexy with your hair blowing in the wind, your eyes match the baby blue sundress draped across your skin. And look at that beautiful smile, the heart of a precious child. Right now nothing beats the mood that I'm in. But who says we can't be good at being bad? I like to have bad girls I never had. What you say we put our love to the test? Just being good at being bad, what I do best. Well, girl, I hate it, but it's time for me to go. Can't stick around, still got too many wild oats to sow. I hate you feel this way, I never meant to make you cry. No use for me to turn around and wipe those teardrops from your eyes. But girl, don't get me wrong, cause last night was a blast. Don't try to keep up with me, cause I'm living way too fast. But who says we can't be good at being bad? I like to have bad girls I never had. What you say we put our love to the test? Just being good at being bad is what I do best. Cause being good is worth its way to get to heaven. But being bad makes me do crazy things. Being good will make me lucky as a 7. Oh, but I like being bad to see the trouble that it brings. But who says we can't be good at being bad? There's still plenty of bad girls I never had. What you say we put our love to the test? Being good at being bad is what I do best. Being good at being bad is what I do best. Being good at being bad is what I do best. Oh yeah. Oh, being good at being bad is what I do best.
I don't know why I'm trying to make you